Welcome to a competitive match of interstellar marines. Pro Marine Corps takes on Amorous Congress in a practice clan battle. Casting provided by Ignition Events. Additional commentary provided by community managers Darkstar and Spectre.
Already, AC's down 1. I'm following Ninja. Let's see if he can get some frags here. We see him and another just waiting. 3 people waiting in the hallway, right above A, but they have not spotted anyone yet.
Yeah, this game seems very tactical, almost akin to Counter-Strike, where you have to watch your back all the time. There are several openings on multiple walls in a building, and you can get sidelined at any moment.
Yeah, there's still a lot of function that a lot of things that we still want to get implemented, but this is we want this to be very slow, very methodical, and pretty much if you try to run a gun, you may be punished pretty badly. Oh, one shark spots one, the 5-star gets out of the way. Oh, one shark gets taken out.
Oh,
that got taken out by Dylan and Sion.
That makes it 2v4 now.
Delta's gonna have a lot of issues trying to get this. They need to get a cap if they want to win this round. And now it's a 1v4. So if Ninja gets a kill, he can bring one of his teammates back, or if he captures him. They spotted him, but can he get this capture?
Looks like he's going to drop back and preserve his life for the moment. Now, just to confirm, for getting back to life, one method is the countdown timers for respawn, correct?
Yeah.
And another method...
And Gamma wins round 1.
Okay.
So if you're the last man on it, if you're last man on a team, you can either bring back a teammate by killing an enemy or capturing a point. This only works if you're the last man.
Okay.
So it's a bit easier to bring back teammates if you're the last man.
Is there also crouching next to a dead body to resurrect it?
Yeah, you can do that too. It's only a 15-second timer, I think. So you have a very limited time. Oxiron sees 5-star in Voodoo. I don't think he's going for Voodoo at all. They could try to flank, and this could be an easy kill, but Voodoo gets taken down by Monkey. Already, Delta wins 1 map, so it's 1-1. Now, one of the teams needs to win 2 in a row in order to take this map. This could be pretty quick.
So, would it be correct to say this is similar to tennis, in that if you're only 1 point difference, you cannot win, you have to be 2 points up?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's something a comparison I never really thought of, but pretty much, yeah.
Well, all those commercials in America about Serena Williams, and it gets into you. Alright, so that's very good to know then. And so you need to be up by 2 points in the map to win the map, and each map counts as 1 point for the overall score, correct?
Yes.
Okay, very good. You guys have a nice system set up here. I also appreciate, one of the things that caught my eye when Super Gamer kept telling me to do this is, he said, take a look, and I'm looking at the maps and the gameplay, and it's like, this is dark, this is so dark, everything is dark, and not all of it, but I mean, this building in particular, there's some specific lighting, and you guys, for an independent developer, are making so much use of the importance of shadows in gaming. A lot of games, it's just full colors of various art styles, and not a lot of shadow. Shadow actually adds a lot to gaming, I think, and this is one way it's exemplified. I don't even see this in Counter-Strike.
Well, thank you for that. A lot of the things that we try to do is try to build the atmosphere of the game, because if it's done well, it can add a lot to a game.
Are you able to explain what kind of technology you guys use for the lighting?
I think right now, I think we're using the global illumination system for that's been added in Unity 5 for it powers AAA games like Battlefield, Medal of Honor, some other things I can't really think of at the moment, but and I think we have I think it's deferred lighting as well that we're using. Some other techno babble that I haven't really looked into myself.
Understood. Now this is something else that
It's a
happens is
1v5 now.
these sirens go off. Is there something that the players are doing to cause these sirens to go off, or is that a random radiant event?
It's a random event in the game.
Okay. And then that causes the lighting to change. It seems more hazy right now, and
Yeah,
these swirling red lights can change the visibility of the different players.
yeah. If you have a sharp eye, it can give away a lot of people compared to pure darkness. So, if you during this light setting, you can take advantage of it really well. Although now you can see that it's gone a bit foggier through the map in this light setting.
Yeah, I really like this setting that's coming up. You know, at first it starts out what you might think is basic, but still very tactical, very dark. And then adding this element, you know, you guys could do a lot with this. You know, you got your indie development challenges, I'm sure. But supposing there was ever room to do so with more development, I could see a lot of great things happening here. For example, if it was appropriate, have a sprinkler system go off from some kind of fire, and then there's water, maybe little droplets on the helmet, slight vision obstruction, things that wouldn't break the game, but actually add to the challenge appropriately, or make things more dynamic.
In some maps, I think specifically in a map called Colony, and possibly in some other maps, there is some rain. So in Colony, there is a sprinkler system setting, but
Oh.
seeing it in operations would be another cool touch to it. I think would add.
Okay, so
There,
Gamma has even the score
okay,
again.
now this is going to be the tough part because this is pitch black. Now
Oh.
we do have flashlights and lasers, but there is one critical disadvantage when it comes to that. If you use your flashlight, it can give you away from a distance because you can see the light. Now, some tactics that players use is occasionally turning it on and off to at least get a grip of where they're at. And
Just a
it can
brief
also be a
flash.
good bait for taking out the enemy team.
I'm seeing this with the camera of Sir Ninja Cat, flashing the light just long enough to notice where the actual archway of the door is if he wants to walk through it, and checking if other people are crawling by slowly to try and sneak around. This is really exciting to watch right now, even if it's just a black screen. Knowing what's going on in the background is really, really interesting. Now, do the players still get to see their teammate icon names?
They get to see
Okay.
they get to see the arrows of where their team is at. It's only an arrow, but if they get shot, it disables their HUD. So they have to be really careful. Even then, if they can't, the best way that they can distinguish their ally is blue lights that are on your allies. You get to see them in kind of some minor ways, but it's still enough to tell friend from foe.
Okay. Now you also mentioned lasers. Are we talking about a point laser that like will beam across a room or something? Kind of like
Yes.
I don't know how you'd call it, like the laser
And
tag or the holographic sights.
pretty sure that's how it works.
Okay. Oh, the lights are back on. And the enemy just came into view for 5-star. I got a lucky double kill there.
You're taken out immediately. So now it's just Super Gamer against pretty much all of Gamma. Man's already taken out. 5-star was about to revive. He actually does get the revive too.
All right, so Gamma is now up. They have 1, 2 in a row, but they need to be 2 points ahead. So it's going to be another round. And
That
the
is,
lights are back
unless
on.
Delta can win this. This has been a very flip-flop game.
Now, while we're in a semi-low period, do you have any information on these specific players, what sort of their tendencies are, or their styles?
I haven't really observed too long enough to really tell,
Okay.
but it's something that we'll get to see later on.
And you guys have very good... Oh, here's another combat. Siam just got a neutralization. And there's more sloppy combat going on, a second kill. And it's 2v1 until respawns happen. So Ninja Cat alone versus Siam and Dylan. Now these footsteps sounds seem very realistic. Now is this something that's situational, just like in Counter-Strike? That the sound distance and proximity? It looks like Gamma has won the map at 4-2.
Oh, okay, he changed it. I forgot, one of the players on Delta is an admin, so actually he can switch the map to.
Okay.
So, was that Gamma who won?
That was Gamma 4-2.
Now, Arch is a map that we've had around for quite a long time. Since I think 2009 with the, actually, no, around 2010, 2011 possibly, with a multiplayer demo that we had in the Unity browser. But we've been iterating upon it, and just some minor things that we added is we've added some water into the map for people, you know, so they can tell if where they're at. If someone's walking fast through water, people can hear it and it can point them out, especially in a capture point like Charlie, where Siam's at. If he's sprinting through, someone can hear him and take him out.
Okay, and the second map we are on is Arch, is that correct?
Yes.
This is Arch, okay. And already Gamma gets a first point for this map.
There's still some things we need to work on, but when it comes to the weather states, there's some different kind of things. There is a dark setting, but it's not completely pitch black as operations is. There's some different light settings. There's some light sources around the map. You can take them out to try and sneak your way across the map. That's a viable option.
And 2 players down for Gamma right next to each other. I also like that you guys have almost like a day and night cycling ability. It seems a little bit rapid. Do you guys control that, or is it a set interval that the lighting of the sunlight going into like this overcast, is it always the same speed?
Yeah, or for the maps it is at the same speed, but we kind of have different settings that automatically trigger the next environmental state. When it comes to environmental states, it's a certain amount of time, and then the next one will trigger. And for the most part, it changes players' play style to try and be careful for.
Okay, very good. There's more to this game than I even realized up to this morning. Then you're telling me a lot of things that are very useful to know. And it looks like Landshark is the last man standing for Delta, or I guess last Marine standing according to the game. And Jumping
And
Monkey is
now,
back in.
thanks to Landshark capturing, Jumping Monkey's not back in the game, but they now know where Landshark is. Landshark is between a rock and a hard place with 2 people shooting at him, knowing exactly what that's doing. And then finally taking him out, Gamma wins again.
He was trying to get behind that crate, but a little bit too late. Doing the best he can to maximize the situation. Didn't come out. Gamma wins a second map in a row. So it'll be 2-0 for Gamma, which is the AC group, or Amorous Congress.
Now Delta can win this map to keep themselves in the game, but if Gamma wins this round, then it's over for PMC.
And that would be the end of the total battle overall, because that would be 3 maps. Okay. Fix that.
Actually, I think it's a best of 5, but I'm not too sure. I'll need to ask around, but it may be 1 map if Amorous just can win.
It's currently 3-2 in favor of Delta or PMC, which is Pro Marine Corps. Now 4-2, so it's possible some momentum can swing for Super Gamer as the team captain of PMC.
And now you can see Jumping Monkey trying to shooting out the left to try and cover themselves in darkness so they can not get taken out. Like
I see.
Is pointed himself out as a target. There's also some useful tactics for shooting darkness like this. Using a suppressor can eliminate your muzzle flash. The muzzle flash, but you can still see the dust coming out of it, so it'll at least cause a little less light to point you out specifically, but you still need to be careful about firing because of the smoke.
Right. Now, are there any drawbacks to these customizations that go on the weapons? For example, if you use a muzzle flash to protect your how visible you are, is there a drawback in reduced damage or anything like that?
Yes, for the weapons, if you use the suppressor over a amount of time, you can be the damage will be reduced. It depends on the weapon specifically. You can get it'll require more bullets to take out an enemy. If you have a suppressor over a long distance rather than unsuppressed.
It looks like we may have a bit of an emergency with one of the players who may have to go to the hospital for something.
We'll see if we can try to get a sub in, but right now there's no pause, so this is pretty much just having to wait. Oh, okay, so it looks like it's going to be a 4v4 now.
Okay, that'll be Ox Siren.
Ox Siren says he needs to go, so 4v4 will still be kind of ideal for this. It's just a shame that we aren't able to get a fit.
Okay, so now we're at 2-2 for Delta and Gamma. Oh, hello.
I can sub if you guys want me to.
The other team is also sacking a player because they have to go as well. So it'll be 4v4.
Alright. Now you guys were talking about the weapon damage drop-offs with the suppressors, correct?
Right, just filling the chatter as the match goes on for the stream.
You want me to add to that, or?
Yeah, anything you like. No, this isn't a locked situation. This is your guys' game, your event. So by all means.
Well, I was going to talk about that. The suppressor damage, the way it works is the multiplier is actually lower, and then the drop-off over distance, as Darkstar was saying, gets even lower. Now, I'm actually in the process of reworking the entire combat system with the way the weapons work. We're still hashing it out, but it's going to be higher damage, higher recoil, a lot harder to hit things, but a lot more satisfying when you actually do.
Mm-hmm.
But we're still going to have that damage reduction with the suppressor on.
Okay.
And the drop off over distance.
And since you're here now, I might as well do a little bit of a semi-late introduction. I'm with Darkstar as well as Spectre. I think you're both community managers, correct?
I just got a title change. I'm a game designer, combat systems.
Oh, very good. It's exciting when the roles change like that.
Yeah, but I'll still be doing community manager stuff. So
Gotcha. Alright, well, welcome to the stream. This is Drew Universe with Ignition Events, and we are giving this trial experience for Interstellar Marines to see how well we can cast these kind of events for this game and see if it's sustainable for us to do weekly events as well as offer casting for the existing events hosted by your own developers centrally or anything the players might be running as well to help the game get more exposure. Super Gamer has been advocating it for a very long time, and I decided, you know, it's time to buckle down and expand outside of racing games, and this is one of the first ones where we're giving a trial experience for non-racing games to build our brand as well as give more exposure to more great game devs and their games.
that sounds awesome.
No, for the Spectre mode, there's still some things we need to work out. Getting some feedback for this will be very helpful. If anyone has any feedback for what we can do to improve it, that'll be really helpful for us.
Oh, Super Gamer takes a tough hit there right as he enters one of the buildings.
Looks like Sion's going to be reviving Jayhawk, or no, it just passes his corpse. The 5-star spots jumping monkey, but Sion takes him out and Gamma wins round 1.
It's always a tough decision. Do I stop and revive
Actually,
this guy, or am
maybe
I
I
going to
should-
get shot if I do?
I thought they lost one of their members. I was going to see if I could sub for them. But never mind, it seems like it's still all good.
Now, is there a
Just the
timer on the corpses, or do they stay there indefinitely for possible respawn? Or until the timer expires, anyway.
It's until the time expires, but the way the physics are for the bodies, they're client side, so sometimes you'll see a player just looking at nothing.
Okay,
But really they're reviving their teammate.
understood. Sir Ninja Cat is in close proximity to multiple enemies. And about to run into Jayhawk. Oh, Ninja takes it to the face.
Check out Super Gamer, he's just waiting for one of them to peek. He's just hiding in a corner.
It looks like he was able to get 5-star. But 5-star is already back. Siam about to run into Jumping Monkey, it seems. I love how tactical this is.
To make this
Ooh.
to win this round, but it's going to be a 1v4. Jumping Monkey's taken down. He knows someone's at Echo, and one of them actually captures. But Super Gamer takes out Siam, and Landshark gets brought back. So this still could be PMC's. This still could be PMC's round. It's going to be a 2-on-3, but they need to start capturing the points to bring back their teammates. But Landshark's taken down by 5-star,
And
bringing Super Gamer the last man for Gamma again.
he's narrowly dodged the vision of Jayhawk. He's near him and Dylan. And we also have 5-star just above him. Super Gamer is going to have to be very careful to possibly bring anything out of this whatsoever. I think at this point all the captures are going to be taken by Gamma, and that will be the map.
Super Gamer spots one enemy. He's trying to be careful not to give himself away too much. But Gamma captures all the zones, and yeah, the AC wins round 2.
Was this not the third map? Or are we still on Arch?
We're still on Arch.
Okay.
It's they
Oh,
asked to reset the
right,
map,
right. Okay.
and we did.
So now we are on the third map, correct?
No, it's map 2 still.
Okay. But they're up by 2. Oh, is it best of 5?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it is still.
I'm not using that tennis thought like I should be. So they have to get a certain number of points total, so it would have to be 3-0. But if their points are closer than 2 after that, then they need to have 2 up. Got it. So you can't just win 2-0.
This is a best of 5 series. So
Right.
if AC wants to win this as quickly as possible, they need to 3-0.
Right, they would have to win right now. And that would still...
Win this, bringing it 2-0, but...
Right.
Now, PMC really needs this map. This map's very important to them.
The pressure is on. It'll determine the momentum for the final map, or potentially final map.
The only jumping monkey spotted themselves. They knew they used the flashlight, but Siam just puts his back behind him.
Oh!
Behind Dylan.
He's got a dodge though. He gets 2 kills out of it.
Wow, jumping monkey gets a double kill on both Siam and Dylan.
He was
Well done
able
to jumping monkey.
to get just enough cover for walking behind the stairs, enough time to reload and fire again. That was really lucky there. It's still, despite the double kill there, it's still going to be 2-3 in favor of Gamma due to the respawn. So we've got to get Ninja Cat and Super Gamer back in the game. And I think that's another interesting thing about this game is when you're down, you need to be looking at exactly what's happening, because the moment you come back in, you need to be useful and helpful to your team. So while you're down, actually I should ask, when you're down, can you look at your ally perspectives, or are you only looking from your corpse perspective? How does that work?
For in-game or spectator?
For an in-game person who's dead.
They should only be able to see their teammates, but sometimes if they're if they died recently, they can take a peek at their body.
Right. I wasn't sure if the camera was limited to strictly just their own personal vision at the corpse location, or if they could watch their teammates. But if they can watch the team, then that helps these players for when they come back into the match via resurrection of one of the different methods, that they can actually plan and prepare. Looks like 5-star just got knocked out. His teammate Jayhawk following up and able to get revenge. So Ninja Cat is the last one available on Delta at this time. And
Gamma captured all the zones. So this map goes to AC.
Okay.
With the series 2-0.
The next map will be Stronghold, is that right? Stronghold?
Yes.
Okay.
I need to change that.
I noticed something on the last map with Arch, and I was asking you about the time of day settings. And it seems like this is on this map, or maybe even every map as well, if I wasn't paying attention. There's a rail on the top that arches over, and it has some kind of a sunlight system, it seems like, which controls the lighting. I thought you guys were just using a real life kind of approach and then just accelerating time, but in fact it seems like you have these like training centers or simulation centers that are just small. I don't know what else to call them, like training centers, because I looked at the surroundings, and it seems like there is an explanation for it, for how the lighting moves on so fast. It's on that rail system. Is that correct?
Yeah. For the way how the game is currently, since the game is currently set in a training facility, the way how the lighting and weather system generated is done artificially. So that's why it changes so fast. That's why the weather can change a bit. That's why it can rain sirens go off,
Hmm.
some other kind of weird and quick settings.
Yeah, the premise of the game is that you're in the Interplanetary Treaty Organization, the ITO, and all the member nations send their best trained spec ops to this Interstellar Marines program. And what it is it's a training facility 2 kilometers underground at Groom Lake, Nevada. And they've got artificial weather systems set up to simulate different times of days to kind of keep the operators on their toes to operate in any environment that's rapidly changing.
Okay. That is actually very interesting. You've set up some blanket level lore background and embedded it into an explanation. So instead of you guys just saying, well, that's because we designed it that way, haha, you actually are creating this atmosphere that really complements the game for anyone who enjoys lore or story as well. And you're blending that right into the PvP experience with these maps. They're training areas, and I think that's amazing because you can then, you don't need to have one, but having a justified explanation simplifies the understanding for the players. Someone comes in new, why is the lighting changing so rapidly? What the hell? But there's actually a reason for it, and then you learn that is a really smart move that isn't done in very many games today still. There isn't a lot of weather play going on. Or even day-night cycles for that matter.
Yeah,
A
the
lot
story
of
and the
the
lore
a
is
lot of
going to
the
be a
things
big part of.
that we've done here are we try to keep it complementary to the lore, but we try to be creative with some of the levels we do. Like for Hell Week, even though it's still in the underground training facilities, they're very different if you look at each map in Hell Week. Different kinds of zones. Like there can be a winter area, a desert canyon, a jungle, kind of some ruins of an old city with like swamps,
Hmm.
as well as some other cool areas.
That's really beautiful. That's nice to learn. Now we are on the last point here, capture point E. So Gamma Team knows that Jumping Monkey has to be near here because without this point, it's an automatic loss. So Jumping Monkey has to be here to defend it at the best he can. And Jayhawk is coming up from behind. 5-star getting close to Jumping Monkey. So as soon as Jumping Monkey fires, he's going to get a kill on Jayhawk, but 5-star should notice it, I think, and is very close by. He's actually in a neighboring building, so not fully ready to take advantage of seeing his muzzle fire there. Super Gamer
It was
is
a
back.
very risky move, but it seemed to pull off. But now that he brought a teammate back, they need to start capturing some points and bringing back some momentum. But since 5-star got the kill, Dylan is back, so it's going to be a 2v2. But that may not be enough for PMC to win this round.
Oh, something's changing in the map. Can you explain what this is? The buildings are falling into the ground and other areas are rising up.
Oh yeah, for this map and some other maps, sometimes the maps, the geometry will change. So where there is a bridge between B and one of the other buildings, it's now sunk into underground. So this has become wide open, so you can fire and shoot a lot of people.
Gotcha.
But if the bridge is up, then you can cross into F pretty easily. Now that since F is in the ground now, getting there will be a lot trickier than it was above. Some other areas do change like that. We have one map specifically where it's all about those moving and those platforms that raise or lower, and the map can change dramatically because of it. The map flow changes dynamically because of those platforms.
That is really intelligently designed. I am very impressed by what you guys are doing with these maps. You're making them change not only in the lighting, but different events in that dark lighting, or even pitch black lighting, day, night, foggy, hazy. I'm seeing different kinds of smoke effects. The sirens going off right now again is really adding to the replay value of the game as well. And as I say, this Land Shark has been hanging on here. Super Gamer up and down from death. Delta team trying to make something happen, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Jumping Monkey barely gets back into the game, but I think once E point gets captured, that'll be it, and Gamma will take another score. Jumping Monkey trying to advance on Scion.
Jumping Monkey needs to get a kill or capture another point, because I don't think holding off at this one point will save him. The other
Right.
team knows what he's doing, but it seems like it's kind of becoming a stalemate with him just waiting.
Oh, Jayhawk waited
really
patiently.
shot on him. I have no idea where he was. And Gamma takes round 1.
All right. Round 2 will begin. Scion asking for a pause. Apparently someone has to use the restroom.
That's one thing that's one thing that we should add into the game. We haven't really, there's still some things that we need to change with spectator and admin. Having a pause would help dramatically for us. But since we don't have that system in place now, the players have to wait until spawn until whatever it is that they need to figure out.
Right.
This could be a tactical pause for Delta. They really need to come together and make a plan here, because they're only 2 rounds away from losing this entire series.
It looks like the pause was called for by Gamma, as a matter of fact.
It looks like AC is ready. Is PMC ready?
Okay, they're ready. Perhaps at some point you guys can actually have a thing where the game detects the word pause or something from any admin, and then locks the doors, and then the announcer voice comes on saying simulation paused or something, just to add to that atmosphere a little more.
Actually, the way you suggested it was a lot more brilliant and genius than I was thinking. I was just kind of thinking with the way how the servers are done in something like Counter-Strike, where the server pauses it, but having the game actually reflect that pause would be a lot better than just that.
It does take development resources, but if you guys do have the room, that would be, I think, a large addition to fully suspend belief, I guess, for the players to enjoy it that much more. Simulation, pause, stand by, and then, you know, wait for each player to push on a keypad in the game. You guys have keypads that open the doors sometimes. Perhaps there could be a separate keypad at spawn that is designed to call for a pause vote or something. And then when you access the panel, the door will open. So there's options like that available. We have 2v2, 3v2 right now in favor of Delta. I think I would make one suggestion about the spectating to be possible, where an optional HUD overlay could be called up that would allow a spectator to see the current spawn timers. So we could see if it's 10 seconds or 20 seconds or a minute and a half, and then a caster or a host organizer could call the action a little bit more easily and predict when new players are coming into being revived from the timers anyway. And we do have...
yeah,
I'm writing this down.
I do agree with you there. That's something that should be added. Kind of predicting, you know, when a team will spawn is it's definitely not an easy feat, especially with how unpredictable it can be with revives and camping. Or, you know, spawning in other ways.
That could be something else. Maybe a code that says when you revive a player in the game, it could send a signal to the server saying player X is being revived or is attempted to be revived. And that signal could be sent to the spectator as well, so we can see notifications like that that help us point our camera where the action needs to be. Now, we did have Delta win the previous round just now, tying it up at 1-1 for the match point map of Stronghold that we're on here.
That's a good step for Delta. Delta needs to start getting some momentum here. It seems like they have taken a bit of it away from Gamma, but they need to start getting it. And Delta actually wins round 2, so they're starting to build momentum. They need this. They need to win this if they want to stay in the game.
The final kill there was from a player I was looking at in the first-person mode, and they were being attacked from behind, turned around, and got the kill themselves instead. So there must have been just a point-blank aiming error by the Gamma team. And now, all of a sudden, Delta has scored 2 points in a row. The momentum may be shifting. Of course, it could be shut down again very quickly. Gamma has been dominating for the most part, aside from the close early match we had there on map 1, I think it was. But I think Delta has broken that momentum at least a bit. And this game is so fun to watch. I'm having so much fun looking at these players, looking at these walkways, suspended walkways. The color of the darkness is nice. I see these really faded dark green hues in this particular like underground cavern. Just the whole thing is set up really well, I think. And I'm gonna keep bragging about it. I think I'm gonna tell the guys at Ignition all about this. We're gonna have some fun, I think. I can safely say this game looks plenty castable as is, and even if you guys didn't add any more improvements, I would be happy to see if I get some regular events going for this immediately. You guys have put together something really nice here. It is 3v3, 3v2 right now in favor of Delta. Just got a kill on Scion.
5-star catches Ninja from behind, but before he can brag, Landshark takes him out, so now Jayhawk is the last man for Gamma. Delta is so close from winning this map. Delta can take this, but the question is, what can Jayhawk do?
Oh.
Yeah, actually he answers by taking out Jumping Monkey, taking out Weather members, and now Dylan is back.
He took
still a 2-on-2. Delta's making some good steps towards winning this map, but they still need to do a bit more if they want to secure this win.
I agree. They need to, I think, get a new capture point at this rate. I'm not sure where the dead bodies are. Super Gamer is going for point E, and he's going to need to. Sir Ninja Cat is back in after losing, I think it was Jumping Monkey or Landshark, one of the two that just fell. And there's a lot of mind games, I think, that go into this as well, thinking about which point the enemy might be going for, and whether you choose to commit your resources, commit a person to watching that point, and if they walk in from another door, you know, you made a great call, but if they walk in through the archway that you chose, they might find you waiting for them, and then they get you. We do see a long bridgeway descending from the ceiling here, and lining up with the buildings to create a new walking path between some capture points. It looks like it's B and F. Ninja Cat is using this new bridge location, and everyone on Gamma Team is back. Still 2 only up for Delta. Siam does go down.
This is starting to look a bit grim for Delta. Super Gamer needs to make a move. Capturing A will help a lot. I don't think there's anyone there, so I think this could be an easy capture for Delta, provided he does move enough to get it. Oh wait, but Jayhawk starts coming above A. I don't know if he had his eyes on Jayhawk, or if Jayhawk spotted Super Gamer, but this could, they're so close to each other, this could erupt into a firefight, and it does. Jayhawk gets shot, but he doesn't know where it's from, so he runs away. But Dylan gets Super Gamer hiding in the bushes, and Gamma wins round 4. So now it's back to 2-2 for Stronghold.
And at this stage, it is at the point where points have been scored, and it's just a matter of who gets 2 points over first. So Delta has broken up some momentum, but they got kind of shut down again just at the end just now. And this is really suspenseful. They are on their last legs. It was pretty close at the start, and then it cascaded downward. Delta is going to need to do some serious rebounding, Dennis Rodman style, for an American reference of basketball. And I don't know if they can do it or not. I don't know the teams, but I do know Super Gamer, and he really likes working together and making things happen from what I've seen of him in racing games. So we'll see if he can pull his team together. They've got 2 kills already, and it is 4-2 on the live player count for the moment. We have Dylan and 5-star. Dylan near a capture point. He's going to try and go for it, it looks like, but he's under fire. Oh! He was looking and the user came back into view, but only for a split moment, and then Dylan goes down. It is just 5-star remaining. Delta has a chance to go up 1 point once again.
To give Delta some credit, when they were working together on last round, they were doing such a good job. They were doing, if they cooperate together, they can win this and take this easily from Gamma. But I think the teamwork is a bit better for Delta, but the skill of the individual skill of players has to go to AC. Now, Jayhawk's now the last man. Siam gets seen out by Landshark. Jayhawk needs to start making things happen. He spots Landshark. He spots one, gets surrounded by 2 of them. So Delta wins this round. They need just 1 more to go.
Yes, they have a chance to win the map. Now, something I just remembered is I had Last Token Gaming, an editorial group, make sure to have someone over today, if possible, for players to be interviewed if they would like to be. One thing I like to do is offer for developers and the players of those games we host for to be interviewed for competitive or even casual events, and to see how they like things in their community or in the events that are being hosted. And Marshall is on the phone, so to speak, able to do a little bit of interview work. If either of you would like to be interviewed today, just get a little overview and understanding of your development team's background history, or with Interstellar Marines, and also for the players as well, I will make sure they get notified also. But I would like to just clear with you, is that okay to do? Do you guys welcome interviews to the players and to yourselves?
Sure, we don't mind it.
Okay.
No, we do interviews all the time.
Very good. Okay, Marshall, if you're listening, that is a green light for you. So you are welcome to catch any of these guys any way you can, or I'll help you with that after the match, and I'll let them know that that offer is out there. And I will also make sure you can be put in contact with these developers.
Dylan gets Jayhawk gets headshot by Dylan. Dylan does get the revive on Jayhawk, so this isn't as bad for Delta as it is. But
oh, Jayhawk goes down again. Dylan, last man
Dylan's
standing.
Last man for Gamma. It's a 4v1. They could secure this.
Oh.
Siam gets brought back because of that shot from Dylan.
Yes, Landshark does go down. A good scope shot.
They can secure this victory. They spot another guy, but Jumping Monkey's taken out too. Dylan is just killing it right now.
Landshark does come back,
multiple frags,
putting it into 3-2. So Dylan being the workhorse right now, and I like that you can see at a glance the score screen in the upper right gives a good estimation of how the players are performing without having to know exactly what's happening where. So right now, Sir Ninja Cat and Jumping Monkey doing the majority of the legwork for Delta team, whereas Dylan clearly doing the most of the work for Gamma team, and Siam and Landshark have some room to make up for. The capture points seem a little bit in favor of Delta, but for the most part split across the map. I may not be looking at this correctly. There's actually only 2 points captured by Gamma, so Delta could win by capture almost, and force map presence.
It looks like 5-star's playing a lot more defensive towards capturing those points.
Oh!
Gamma does win this round, bringing it back 3-3. So this possibly could be a game that never ends.
This is a very interesting surprise. All of a sudden, there was 2v2 and then 2 kills like right back to back. I didn't even have time to look at the remaining players. So now Gamma staying with it, you know, lost some momentum just a few rounds ago, but are clearly holding on. Sirens going off once again. Oh wow, I actually noticed I was outside of a building, and then going inside the building with the camera, I hear different atmospheric sounds. There's a rrr, 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 and this is really good sound design. I gotta applaud you guys once again. This is really well done. You see Ninja Cat and 5-Star trying to battle between a stairwell, a second volley, and 5-Star is downed by Ninja Cat, but 2 of his allies come in to take care of it. Jumping Monkey jumps over the railing dead to fall down to his dead teammate Landshark all at once. And Gamma is instantly in a great position to go once again to the match point if they take this.
Now, Super Gamer's at a very risky spot. They know he's been there before, and they start firing at him. So they know where he's at.
Sion is right next to him.
On Super Gamer and takes him out.
Oh,
can they do it?
Super Gamer goes down.
Now it's 3-4 match point for Amorous Congress. Match point and game point. If they can win this, then this will be a 3-0 for them. Now PMC will need to clutch. They need to start getting some wins here. Because they need to start securing the map. Jumping Monkeys taken out by Sion. Never mind, taken out by Dylan. And he also takes on Landshark. Super Gamer sees an eye on someone, but can he get a kill? Landshark gets taken out by Sion. He may be able to get the flank on Super Gamer if Super Gamer gets spot him. Dylan and Super Gamer are right next to each other. If he looks to his left, he can see him capturing the point. But now it's too late.
Oh.
And Dylan's taken out by Super Gamer.
Super Gamer gets Dylan. Sion is right nearby. 5-Star running up on the ground level.
This is very dangerous for Super Gamer. He has to get out of here. He spots 5-Star. 5-Star's running away with no eyes.
Oh, he's looking at him from behind.
He looks away, but 5-Star gets out Super Gamer. So now Ninja Cat is no longer the last man. He captures the point and Jumping Monkey brought back. But it's a 2v4.
His body...
This is going to be very tense.
This is definitely... Oh, I was going to get a screenshot there. Super Gamer was in the fetal position.
Ninja. Sion's there as well. This could be swarmed.
Oh.
Nope, Ninja takes out Sion.
Okay. Ninja and Jumping Monkey versus Dylan and 5-Star. The announcer lady is making a statement about the training of some kind. Jayhawk just died, it looks like then. And, oh, that's it. Gamma won the game.
And that is it, a 3-0 from AC.
Okay, so after a more close operations match of 4-2, Arch goes 3-0 as well as Stronghold. The skill levels look very similar though regardless, and I am really impressed by the tactics I've seen. Now does that conclude the entire match for the day? Is that correct?
Yeah, it should be a 3-0, but...
Okay, because that's 3 maps.
That should be the end of the match.
Okay.
This is the map that we're talking about with the moving platforms. Now, during a round, it will change as well as weather.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be the siren, darkness, as well as rain, I think. But that was... they all deserve credit. They did a good job for AC and PMC.
Okay, so... this is an even more interesting map. You've got a lot larger sections of buildings that are rising and lowering. This is really impressive. It changes so much. The elevation, the descension of these building sections changes. Like if you're at point F and then you're looking down by point C, and then it changes and you can't use the same vantage point anymore. Yikes. As just a for fun recommendation, I had I just had a really crazy idea. What if, for the camera positions, you guys actually modeled really basic, like 5-minute cameras, at least temporarily, in those positions, so they're part of the map, and then I don't know how that would play into the game for the players, because the only functionality I could think of is the cameras could be shot and then we can't use them, which doesn't really work unless the players themselves were using the cameras tactically against each other. So maybe that's a
Yeah,
bad idea.
right now all we have, well, kind of close to that, is we have level cams around the map where you can look at different angles of it. There's about 8 in this map specifically. Now for this map, elevation, this was actually a map that was designed by, I think the guy's name was Martin Johnson. It was a fan contest for people to make their own maps, and whoever won, we made their map in Interstellar Marines.
Oh,
This was the winning map, and this is one of my personal favorites, just because of mainly because of how much it changes.
wow. This is amazing. I'm even like raising up the free cam with this as it goes. Holy crap. And now all of a
Yeah, it
sudden,
can be like fully leveled down, or the middle of the map is lower down, and you could pretty much see through F, or it can just be certain angles where it's raised up, and other areas where you have to run around to enter buildings.
wow, that's stunning. Okay. And do you guys see yourselves holding more contests like this on a semi-regular basis, every 3 months, every 6 months or something, where you do an open contest either for a map design or a character or a weapon design, something like that? What do you guys see yourselves doing for involving the community in the development process?
When it comes to involving the community for development, it's a lot of things that we talked about. We've talked about wanting to do another map contest, considering how well mainline came out, or how well elevation came out because of that contest. It's something we talked about, but we haven't really scheduled something like that yet. We also wanted to try and see if we can involve the community into the development process somehow, that we're also talking about in
Okay.
some ways. This map is mainline. This is also a pretty old map that we've had. Personally, this is also another good map. Mainly the thing with this map is that it may not be too large, but it at least has some distinguishable buildings that you can tell. Like there's some small buildings, one big two-story building, a kind of small garage area, and then one long hill-shaped building.
Okay, very good. All right, I do have one more thing I would like to mention before I take off here and close the stream, as we're now in the Just for Fun match and closing. But I mentioned to you before, Spectre, I don't know if you heard this yet, but basically one thing I'm interested in for Ignition events side of things is to see about just about any game we're hosting for. One main component we'd like to include is developer battles, where we have the developers taking on the community, or at least mixing into the fun with, say, a free-for-all deathmatch, depending on the game. So for this game, uh, I think you guys have a regular deathmatch as well as team deathmatch, but I think for now we would ask to focus on the team deathmatch side of things, or these team modes in general. And you mentioned to me, Dark, that it might be tricky to get the timing going, but just for anyone listening, it would be really great if we could have developers able to meet up at a singular time, or just see what their availability is. Even if it's the community managers, I think they count as well, and have them verse the community for fun or for competition, either way. because I think that's a great way to interact with the community. Sometimes developers may inadvertently or even on purpose just be in that standalone cubicle type of feel where you're working in the office, the players play the game, but there's no direct line between those two areas, and it may be tough. Some people might even be shy to speak to a very large community that is following their game, and I get that. But one outlet might be to just play the game with the community, and then that's a great icebreaker to just show the community you care just by playing your game with them. So I know you guys said you were interested in it, but I just wanted to put it out there that I think it'd be a great idea to see if we can have 5v5 devs versus community, or FFA death matches with devs mixed in. The more you guys get yourselves exposed and um, showing some shoulder, if you will, then that's going to be some great rapport for you guys going forward.
Yeah, we'll try to get the other guys on there. Myself and Darkstar, we have the community get-togethers twice a week. He's at almost all of them, I'm at some of them. And the rest of the team's a little bit harder to get a hold of, being in Denmark, but...
Right.
I know that I've talked with I talked with some of them about it. They're interested in doing it. The thing is, setting the times up. That's something that we should try to discuss, team-wise. And if we do have anything, we'll try to announce it. Because I mean, I do want to see developer versus community event going on.
Very good. All right. Well, we'll see what we can do. And we're usually a hosting platform where we host events and do the casting at the same time. But if events, like I said at the beginning of the cast, are already set by the devs and or the players, but they still need casting, we will do the casting service standalone for that as well, or even bring the host on through TeamSpeak or Skype to call it on audio as well, and facilitate any needs that might need to be met that Ignition can offer. So that door is open as well. I would like to just close by confirming what we've been doing here. So we've been playing Interstellar Marines, and it's been a very fun tactical game with really interesting weather and lighting, and respawn mechanics are very well mixed. You have different ways of doing it, but it's so well mixed together. And I guess I would just ask if the two of you would introduce yourselves in an outro style, that what you guys do basically in a few sentences, and then a recap of what your dev team is about, and we can pretty much close the stream.
Alright. Well, I'm Spectre, community manager, and I'm also designing the combat systems, working on that. So, yeah.
I'm Darkstar. I'm one of the community managers as well. I do stuff on the forums as well as some community events. If you, I also help manage the Twitter account. So if you want to say hi to me, you can.
Okay, very good. Just checking one more thing here. Alright, I think I've got everything all together now, and once again, this was 0 Point Software with Interstellar Marines doing a practice clan match between Pro Marine Corps, team captained by Super Gamer, and Amorous Congress, or AC. The team players for Pro Marine Corps were Super Gamer, Jumping Monkey, Ninja Cat. I don't think I have all the names anymore. I apologize. And then for Amorous Congress included Jayhawk, 5-star, and Dylan and Siam. So we'll get all that information on the YouTube and post-production pre-match as well. Thank you both very much for being here on the TeamSpeak to chat with me while we do the cast. I appreciate it. I promise that I will make sure I do a little bit better job of the casting, as I was half distracted by noticing how pretty the game was, and I will try to be numb to that fact a little bit next time. I'll have to take a shot or something.
I definitely liked being here. Having more events like this, as well as kind of having more players, is something I definitely appreciate. I kind of want to see more people playing the game and more competitive matches like this happening. We'll be having some more competitive matches in the future if you guys want to uh, play and stream those matches.
Okay, very good. I would like to definitely stay in touch with your devs in general, or just with you guys as managers of the community, and help create that. Well, I guess help facilitate that link you guys are trying to make with your players already. I really like that you guys want to do this with your guys. You're not just selling a game and letting it sit on Steam collecting money or anything like that. You guys are actively working on this. You give a crap, and I think that is a great step forward for the gaming industry, because there's a lot of saturation in the last couple years, thankfully, that we now have for indie games. But that saturation comes both with quality games and a lot of filler junk, to be honest, as well. And I'm looking to help raise the common denominator a little bit by finding games like this and devs like you, apparently. So with that, I am going to say thank you one last time, and you guys can say your farewells, and we'll close the stream, and then I will bring in Marshall possibly to talk with you guys from Last Token Gaming if you guys would like to do a little interview or just some shoot the talk and get acquainted.
Sounds good.
All right, so for the stream at Ignition Events, I am Drew Universe, and this was a really wonderful first trial event with Interstellar Marines by Zero Point Software, community managers Spectre and Darkstar, alongside myself. So we will see you next time.